afternoon and welcome to Audiotree Live. Today is Thursday, October 22nd, 2015, and we're honored to have with us the Weather Machine.
Hey! Yay!
Take it away when you're ready, boys.
The world's left me behind, like a wolf in the storm, or the death of a mind that can't take any more. The world has slipped away, won't put me in my place, can't put me in my place. The world's left me behind, like a lover gone sour. The fundamental lie the whole book is based on, it's left me behind, like a thief in the day, won't put me in my place, can't put me in my place. So when the night can charm again, when poets bend their hearts again, oh, when the darkest days have gone, you can tell them all where to find me. Oh, la da 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 da, la da 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 da. It's an awakening more akin to a letdown, like a tooth from your mouth you put under your head. When the outside comes beckoning, tries to get into your mind, don't be unkind, can let a little in. I cannot decide if society's killing or provides the air, but I'm so certain I care, that I don't want the dread, like a wolf in the storm, or the death of a mind that can't take any more. The world has slipped away, won't put me in my, can't put me in my, won't put me in my place.
This is Audiotree Live. We're in the studio with the Weather Machine. Thank you very much, you guys, for coming out and playing for us, hanging out. That's a new one, yes? An unpremiered up to this point?
Yeah, that's the first time that one's been recorded and put out in the world.
Sweet. How long has it been like mulling, or you guys have been building it?
Month or two, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you're building up a new song or when you're introducing a new song to a set, do you guys like to bring that live? Like keep playing it, hash it out live? Or do you like to kind of hide it until you feel like it's gotten to its, fuller form or whatever?
I think we definitely like to, work on it, figure out our first draft, and then play it live a bunch.
I feel like there are songs that we like to hide from the world,
Okay.
and there are songs that just want to be played in front of people. You just want to mess it up in front of people a few times. See how people react to things, and and build the song from there. Sometimes feedback helps, and sometimes you don't want feedback.
Yeah, seriously. What would the difference there be? Like, do you mean songs that maybe need more production to them, or you mean just like at the point in their career?
I feel like there's songs where there's a certain confidence level that you have with the actual song itself, where you're like, oh, this one,
It's gonna be good.
This one's gonna be good. Let's get it totally tight, and when we hit people with it, it's gonna be they're going to know, you know.
Sure.
And then there are other ones where it's like, let's play it out at a show. It's kind of a low-key show, see how it feels. Because we think it might be good, but we're not, you know. and then we can kind of gauge how we feel and how the audience is feeling.
Right on.
And go from there.
Right, so that confidence you're speaking of is like ones that you sort of believe will be hits, especially with people that are somewhat familiar with your band, at least.
Or at least with us.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
I mean,
right on.
they are all hits.
Yes, just so everyone knows, every song.
This is pop gold.
But yeah, a little bit different in style. I mean, comparatively, first of all, you're not playing guitar in that song at all, which is...
Yeah, and that's something that's kind of started more and more during the live shows.
Okay.
There's a few ones that we play and kind of put them all back to back, and I have fun doing that.
Yeah.
Dance around.
Yeah, do you feel like, I mean, obviously there's more freedom, but also is it a little scary because you don't have something in front of you separating you from the audience?
No.
Oh, no.
It was like one of those. It's like one of those cats that loses a leg, and it's faster than it was before.
Are you saying without his guitar, he's
right,
better?
Yeah, exactly. It's like I
You're
really
saying
thought
he's a
this.
three-legged cat, is what you're saying.
You're like, I really thought this was going to be a bummer for you, cat, but you're like bringing in
Like,
three
this
times,
is even better.
bringing in 3 times the amount of mice now.
I really like that. That's a really good analogy. Okay, cool. Thanks again, you guys, for coming out. You can roll into your next track when you're ready.
So spare me the gleam in your eyes, oh, spare me the lingering words, spare me your time and the elegant way that you curse. 'Cause if not love, I'm headed for worse, for raining, for storming, for shame, like a choir soprano without a choir on an empty stage. Oh, fire, or maybe for a warmer night. You're as pretty as a peach, but you're gonna make me cynical. And I wouldn't wanna do that to you, love. Wouldn't wanna make you carry that around. Oh, the stars could come out and the birds would start singing, we'd never even know it. And I got everything that I could want, as long as you don't take a hold of my mind. You're watching Audiotree Live. We're in the studio with the Weather Machine.
That's my favorite track from the record, so I'm glad you played it. And I was wondering how it was going to be manifested, and I like it a lot. That's like a cool change in style a little bit. Yeah. I know it's been a while, but would you talk to me about the Back Over Oregon music video? I'm just curious about okay, so it's supposed to be in 185 state parks. That's all over the state of Oregon?
Yeah, that's every single state park that is on a public map that I could find at the time.
Yeah.
So.
And did you play it? I'm curious if you played it.
Yeah,
185.
played it all the way through. And everybody who was in the band met up with me at different points. So all the band members at the time were in it.
Make an appearance too.
And and it was really fun.
Yeah. How did you orchestrate? I mean, you didn't have to pay to go into each one, right?
No.
How did you orchestrate being able to perform and film at each place?
Well, it was a collaborative project with the Oregon State Parks, actually. So they were a part of it and helping make it happen too. But it was mostly just driving around the state in a car with a GoPro.
Yeah, and moving on,
moving
to the next one or
not
whatever.
Not all the state parks officials were clued in.
Okay, sure.
To what we were doing, we sometimes rolled up and they were like, "What are you kids doing?"
Yeah, did you run into any trouble? I mean, did they bother you at all, or no? Okay.
Luckily, people in Oregon are very nice, and that goes doubly for state park officials.
Yeah.
So,
if anything, for a moment, they're just like, "What are you doing at my special place? You're not gonna hurt it, are you?" And then we're like, "No, we're helping." And then, "Oh, okay. You want some cookies?"
Yeah. They thumbs up you, and then they're like, "Okay, welcome. Actually, would you like to spend the night? We have this camping spot. It's free. You can have it." Okay, sweet. Yeah, I think just at this point in the set, I think you should play Wannabe Cowboys too. I think you should play all 6, just so you know. You don't have to play it next. I just mean at the end of all of that.
Great.
Yeah, so we can play the 6. And you can roll into your next one when you're ready.
Sweet.
We'll go past the depths of the city with the sea reflecting, falling on everything could be distracting. Color your eyes pink, yeah, it's a pretty thing. We'll go up the mountain through all the infamy and see the candles up in the canopy could be distracting. Color your lips green, yeah, it's a pretty thing, like freckles when they bloom. We fall into ourselves and find out the world already ended. Time and time again, we were ready for the stage, like a caged bird smiling. We found out the world already ended when you learn to love the way we do. Ooh. So we'll try to keep it all cool and collected at the Wonder Show. I'm gonna roar like a dinosaur. Instead, you're not made to hold your breath like 1, 2
is Audiotree Live. We're in the studio with the Weather Machine. You guys can get ready to roll into your next set, and I will say that they are on tour through November 22nd, doing Chicago on Halloween weekend, 30th and 31st. And then they'll be in Montreal, Brooklyn, Austin, a few other places, and their second LP, Peach, is out now, so you can get it, support the band, go online or in record stores.
Walking along on one of those walks you take in the middle of the night, when you feel a little bit out of place and you'd like to get out of sight. But who should stand up in my way but a man with nothing left but bone? And that's no metaphor, I don't exaggerate. He said, I'm Skeleton Jack and these roads are my home. Well, oh, right on my bones, right on my bones, the name's Skeleton Jack. On his skull he wore a crooked cracked crown to go with a similar smile. And whenever he talked, he did a little clatter and jig. But despite being dead, Jack had style. He said, I stole this crown from the devil. He stole my soul from me. And each night I walk these roads one by one, telling passing travelers my story. Well, oh, right on my bones, here comes the story of Skeleton Jack. Hey, hey. When I stole that golden egg from heaven, I thought I'd be fair and steal from hell as well. So I cut open that old beanstalk and climbed right in and went down through the roots. And at the end of the deepest of the 13 roots, I found where the 7th circle begins. And around the other side of that fiery bend, I saw the devil's palace off in the distance. Well, oh, right on my bones, you can dance with the devil, just don't you dance too close. Right on my bones, said Skeleton Jack. You can dance with the devil, just might be tough to get back. Well, the demons were easy to trick my way past, but I couldn't say as much for the Prince of Pain's palace. Though as these things go, I made my way up to the tallest of the 3 ugly towers up below. I saw Mr. Lucifer sitting on his throne, bent crooked over a silver guitar that he was playing in place of a golden violin that he gambled away way back when. And the next thing I saw twinkled my eyes and made the good Lord cry. That golden circle sitting on Satan's head, that crown, the devil's crown, it had to be mine. Oh, right on my bones, you can dance with the devil, just don't you dance too close. Right on my bones, said Skeleton Jack. You can dance with the devil, just might be tough to get back. But as I ran away, I heard the devil roar and rumble the ground, shook the earth's floor. By the time he'd realized I'd stolen his crown, I was far, far away from the devil's town. But there was one little thing that I didn't know, was the curse that was put on my soul. So the minute I touched that red gold to my head, well, I could never die, even after I was dead. Well, oh, right on my bones, you can dance with the devil, just don't you dance too close. Right on my bones, said Skeleton Jack. You can dance with the devil, just might be tough to get back. Hey, hey. There was a long silence after Jack's story's end. Then I said, Jack, I won't even pretend to be able to do something even close to what you've done. I said, Jack, you're more clever than the devil's own son. He said, boy, your words are too fine. I said, Jack, don't be modest, you're one of a kind. And I know it was long ago, but we won't get another chance. So Jack, will you dance with me? Victory dance! We danced and we shook and we sang and we rolled. And I'll tell you that night, it never got old. But all along I was waiting for Jack to put his guard down. Then I knocked off Jack's crown. He looked for us straight as the clown flew away. The bones crumbled down to the ground and it stayed. The ground hit the floor with this thundering crack. And then I put it on and said, I'm the new Jack. God wants gratitude, Satan wants souls, man wants material, and the dead are just bones. liquored up, had a little too much, got a little bit rough, and he sputtered and shouted, I'm not going home tonight. It turned out to be right because it became a fight, and that evening Mr. Wonka, well, he took my life, and the last thing I remember was a knife and a fashion tee. And I woke up somewhere in this Soviet bloc with a Simonov rifle at my side, a bullet in my shoulder, and I somehow knew Yugoslavia. Because the military medic said you should be dead in a particular southeastern Croatian dialect, and I replied in a Georgian American accent, you're telling me? So here I was now at enemy lines of a second great war, long after I had died, for I had been brought back to life in another man's body. But in the back of my mind I remembered old Jack, and I swore to myself that I'd get him back if this wasn't hell and if no one got to him before me. Singing little Jackie Walker, got a little liquored up, had a little too much, got a little bit rough, sputtered and shouted, I'm not going home tonight. Turned out to be right because it became a fight, and that evening Mr. Walker, well, he took my life, and the last thing I remember was a knife and a fashion tee. Well, yes, the Germans were sharp, yes, the Germans were mean, but I made myself a full recovery, and I fought for the motherland and sent telegrams for the Protestant army. And under the name of Alexei Mikhail, the Russians, they took me because I'd done well, trained me in the art of espionage as their employee. And afterwards, they sent me home again to the US to steal our technology, but I took a car down to Georgia instead to collect my apology. Singing little Jackie Walker, got a little liquored up, had a little too much, got a little bit rough, and he sputtered and shouted, I'm not going home tonight. No, it turned out to be right because it became a fight. That evening Mr. Walker really took my life, and the last thing I remember was a knife and fashion tee. And I'm not gonna let this one go. No, I'm not gonna let this one go. No, I'm not gonna let this one go. Not gonna let this one go. No, I'm not gonna let this one go. No, I'm not gonna let this one go.
You're watching Audiotree Live. We're in the studio with the Weather Machine. All right, you guys can get prepped up to go into your last one, but I'll give you a break for 1 second. If you have like a comfort movie, a movie you've seen 1,000 times, one that whenever it's on, you're willing to watch and that you continue to like, do you have one? Mine is Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I've seen that movie like, I've honestly probably seen it 100 times, and I love it.
Mine, maybe Luke's too. High Fidelity.
Yes, High Fidelity.
Oh,
yes.
nice.
Jack Black.
Do you remember the first time you saw it?
Oh yeah, definitely. It was definitely like a bad breakup, so it was so
He just makes you feel so much better about
exactly.
yourself. He's just
I'm not
so
alone in the
whiny
world.
and horrible.
Yes. Perfect. That's yours too?
Oh,
You're
it's
both
mine
going
too,
for it?
Yeah,
Okay.
totally.
Cool. Others?
It's got to be the Life Aquatic for me. I think.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Good one. Yeah, that's my favorite Wes Anderson movie as well,
so that's a good
for
one.
sure. You guys?
You know that Christmas movie about the island of misfit toys?
Yes.
I like knowing that I have a place in the world and that every day can be Christmas if you try.
Boom. And it's claymation, you know, nice,
claymation.
weird claymation.
It's primed for a comeback.
Yes.
So
Slater?
Oh man, it's a little sad, but Mrs. Doubtfire, I think for me.
Okay.
That's awesome.
That's not sad. I don't know if that's sad. I mean,
just because
I know. Yeah,
just
I
'cause,
get it.
yeah.
I get it. Yeah. Okay.
But that's the one. Dude looks like a lady.
Yep. Awesome. Okay. Again, they're on tour all the way through November 22nd. New record Peach is out. Get it.
Rodeo back in 1990 something by a Wannabe Tonight I'm looking to the bright lights. Tonight there's nothing in the way. Tonight it is a joke, but it's a good one at the point where they can wait.
Weather Machine on Audiotree Live. Check them out on tour and get their music. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
Thanks to awesome people in the studio and sound engineers, camera and lighting crew, hooking it up, and viewers. Thanks for watching. You can support the band by downloading the session when it comes out in a couple of weeks and send a shout by social media to us or the band if you just want to connect. From all of us here at the Audiotree Studios, thanks for tuning in. Goodbye.